Hi everyone, this video is for professors of Badm 101. This video is mainly for module CM, Operation and Supply Chain Management module, and specifically for day 2, where I introduce ERP systems and SAP. Let's get started. So first, let me tell you a little bit about the PowerPoint slides that I have. I try to keep them really short. I'm introducing enterprise resource planning and SAP in these slides. I'll have notes in my lesson plan about all these slides, so I have very detailed notes. Please go and read them. And so I introduce ERP systems, ERP vendors, some of the market share, and some of the companies that they use SAP. Then I have two videos. I have two videos about SAP, what SAP is. This one is about 10 minutes. Each one of them are about 10 minutes. And also the next video is about 10 minutes also, that goes through all the S/4HANA modules, introduces Fiori very briefly, but nothing in that much detail. If you want, you're welcome to use these videos and put them in the speed 1.25. I figured that it's not too long, it's not too fast, it's not too slow. Just a suggestion. Otherwise, it's going to take about 20 minutes or so. After the videos, I introduce SAP Fiori. And here I have a picture so the student understand that SAP Fiori can be available on desktop, on smartphones, and iPads. Then I have a quiz. This quiz will guide the students through the basic of navigation, SAP Fiori. So both of my activities for this day, the quiz and the SAP activity, both of them are really a navigation activity. So we don't really get into details of each one of those apps. They will practice logging in, understand the launchpad, using the search bar, looking at different type of apps, and to see how SAP organizers work through the spaces and tiles. I will go through this quiz in a moment. The next one would be the activity. So this one I called it Bike Star Business Process Activity. And they will explore SAP Fiori, looking at the more friendlier version of SAP S/4HANA, and that they can personalize it on their own homepage. So I will go through the detail of these two activities, and these are the main activities of the day for them. So let me show you the details. The first thing I want to show you is the information to log in, because both the SAP quiz and the SAP activity that I have for that day, for the second day, they both need information to log into the system. So I have made this document, and in this document, every semester I give you the information how to log into the system, because the information will change every semester. So for this semester, this is the link that they click on to get to the Fiori system, and this is the client. Both of these are the same for all the students and the professors. Then I separated the professor's user ID. You all get teach IDs, which is a little bit more powerful than learn IDs. So I put your names. I'm not sure if the name would change or no, but if they change, you can change the name as you wish. I just assigned you with teach ID for each one of you, and these are your initial password. The user IDs are not case sensitive, but the passwords are. So if the initial password is all capitalized, or sometimes they're mixed, or sometimes they're all lowercase, you need to be very careful. You can just copy paste that. That is very the safest way to do it. And these are your students' ID. I started from learn-050, and I separated them based on every 50. So every 50 user ID goes to one class. So for example, here learn-050 all the way to learn-099 goes to Maria's class. And I just separated them based on your names. So what you have to do is to paste your student's name in this side, in the left side. So instead of Jane Doe and John Smith, just use your own students. You can get the student's name from your roster, or you probably have it already. So just paste them here, and the rest can just stay the same for this semester. Most likely, we can keep all these IDs every semester. The only thing would change would be your student's name and the passwords. Okay, so you can share this link with your student. I have put them in your quiz and also in your activity so they can access us really easily. And let me know if you have any questions about this. All right, next I take you through the quiz. Okay, so now that you know how to log into the system, and before I forget, the first time you log into the system, it will ask you to change your password. When you change your password, make sure you pick something very easy. You can pick your last name, and you can offer this to a student too. You can tell them that you can change the password to your last name so you don't forget them, which is not going to be likely in your case because you're only using this one day for less than 1 hour. So I don't think you will have any password issue, but if you do, I will have a document to show you how to change their password if you want, or you can just assign them a new ID if you like. Okay, so the first question is asking the students to log in, and then I asked a question that they don't know the answer yet, but I just want to tell them. So I asked them, why does SAP require a client number at login? The reason is to direct you to the correct company environment. And we all gonna share that. And the question two, I asked them what happens the first time you log in, you change your password. Then I show them the picture of SAP Fiori Launchpad. And it's just a home page showing all the apps and starting point for each action. And next is how does the apps look like? They look like square tiles. Next question, what do you find? What do you find in profile menu on the Launchpad? You find setting and logout. I'm going to show you in a minute. And where do they change setting? Again, under profile in setting, the default theme is Quartz Light. So this is the SAP. This is the SAP screen that I see when I first log in. This is the home. So it might take a little bit to load, especially the first time when you log in. The apps would take a while to load all the information. So just be patient. Maybe give it a minute. If that doesn't work, if it's a minute and still nothing is loading, you can always close your browser and start again, log in again. So once you log in, this is the profile here on the left. Normally it shows you your ID, which user ID you signed in with. It shows the edit homepage, setting, app finder, what have you used recently, all the apps, and what is frequently used. If you click back on the profile picture, you go back to the main page, and here you can see the search button. When I ask the student to search for something, this is where they would go. So here, the question 8 is asking the student to find all the apps related to vendors. So what keyword should you type in the search bar? So if I'm looking for vendors, I go and type vendor. So there are two apps that is related to vendors, and they both would show up. And in question 9, I introduce him to spaces. So basically, if I go back here to home, over here on top, what you see here, these are spaces. So everything is categorized based on the function. So human resources, material management, navigation, production planning and execution, project management, quality management, sales and distribution. So all your spaces are here. So I introduce that to a student. I show him a screenshot here on top. I explain that these are organized pages, that they group related apps together. They help user to navigate SAP by showing only the apps that they need for the specific roles. So I asked them if temporarily you need to help production team, but you log into SAP and you see the sales, you only see the apps related to sales, what should you do? And they can just go and select the production space. So if they are anywhere else and they need to be in production, they can just go and pick production planning and execution, for example. This way, anything related to production planning would show up. And then the next question, when you type customer, what typically comes appear first? The list of all customer related app, the same as the vendor. When we type vendor. Question 11, I'm asking them to go to material management and display stock overview and type, this is the bike, type this material and execute. So let's do that. So here, if I go to material management and I have display stock overview over here. And normally there is nothing here, but I was just trying this to make sure it works. DXTR100. And then I just pick the first one and I say execute in the bottom. And here it gives me list of everything I have in my stock for that material, which is a deluxe touring bike, black. So here I have, it shows me what I have in Miami distribution center, in Dallas plant, and also in Heidelberg. And I asked a student, what is your total unrestricted use? And this is your total unrestricted use, so all of them together, 470. And that would be the answer here. I try to make the other answers unrelated so they don't make mistakes. The next question I'm asking, go to profile, app finder, under sales, sale order purchasing, processing, what do you typically see? They see anything related to SAP, sales related SAP apps. So here again, you can go back home, say, yeah, go to profile. Here I have my app finder, and then I can, then I can just search for employees and I can see all the different app related to that. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I can go to sales. So here, if I go all the way down to sale order processing, here I have everything related to sale. And next question, I'm asking to type employee, the same thing again. I just want them to see different apps and what they have available. Question 14, I asked the students, I introduced them two type of apps that we have, transactional apps and analytical apps. So transactional, you can see, it lets you to complete business tasks like creating orders. So anything you actually do something in it. So you create a document, you manage, you change a document. Any of those, they're transactional. Analytical, that's when you can see the real data with the chart numbers, KPI. Here, we haven't done anything in this client, so nothing really shows. But if I have sale order, it would show. Number of sale order would show here. So if I have 20, it would say 20. And which app type shows KPI, analytical. And here I asked them that some of them are dynamic, meaning the tiles show numbers, and I say some of them are static, so they don't change. So here I say, if you see that managed sales order, it shows 12 and before was 10, what does that tell you? That this tile is dynamic and the number would increase when the new sale order were created. So here you would see if I have 10 and there are two more students, they making the sale order, this will update automatically. And then I asked them to go to recently used to see all the apps, how to log off, how to sign out, and why they have to sign out, just to protect their data and the security of their data. And that was it for this quiz. If if you need to change anything, you're welcome to change it based on what you see fit. Next, I go over Badm 101 SAP Fiori activity, Bike Star business process activity. So in this activity, I let the student to play a little more. They personalize their own homepage. I created this story. The story is only to be more relatable to real world and why we use every one of these apps. The whole goal is to show them the business processes. So I really like them to know that these are all different areas of a company, like sales, production, purchasing, warehouse, finance, and how they are connected. Each one of them would connect to the other, and how the documents and process flows. Again, I asked the student to log in. I put the login information here for you so you don't have to change them. And I can do that every semester to make it easier. If they want the username password, it takes them through my Google Sheet. After logging in, I asked them to go edit the homepage. They create a new group. They title it Badm 101 Bike Star Process. So they can just copy this. So if they go back here and they go to profile, edit homepage, they can add a group. They can call it Badm 101, and they can start adding new apps. So I asked them to click on the plus sign here. They will navigate to, so the first one that I asked them is the human capital management. And I asked them to, add hire employee. So they go here and they find hire employee right here. Don't click on hire employee because it takes you to that page to hire employee. So just click on the pin right here. It says add to group. So I'm just going to add this. Once you click that one time, it turns darker. If you go back home, then you can see that I have this app. So that's how the process starts. So I tell them this story that I'm hiring a new guy, Alex. Once he's there, then the team needs to make more. They need to produce more. But here the task is only to add this app. Is not really to do anything. You're not creating anything. You're not asking a student to create anything. You mainly only selecting this app just to show that how these apps together can create the business processes. So that's the first one. You go back home. Then I said, now that he's there, we can build more bike, but we need more part. So before we order anything, we're going to go check to see how much we have in stock. So we go to stock overview. I tell them where to find that. So here they are in material management, warehouse management, display, stock overview. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click next. And I go to material management, warehouse management, and display stock overview. I'm going to add that too. I go back home. Now I'm going to forecast. I'm going to predict that how much demand I would have. So I'm going to ask them to manage PIR, Planned Independent Requirements app. So we go to production planning, demand forecasting, manage PIRs. So I go here. I go to production planning, demand forecasting, and manage PIRs. I need to fix this. There was an arrow just there together. I add that. Now that I forecast, now I can run MRP, Material Requirement Planning. And I added a little bit about what Material Requirement Planning is. I showed them how we calculated what you need. So production plan, what you already have, current inventory, what is on the way, any shipment that is coming, or any purchase order we have, and I subtract those that we have on hand or incoming from what you need, and it will order the rest. Then next, production planning MRP runs. So I go back here, production planning MRP runs, and here I schedule MRP runs. Then next is production releasing the order. So SAP now creates a new production order for 50, let's say, custom mountain bikes. The production supervisor releases it, and Alex get to work. Now is the production time. So now I add production. So I go to production, display order, display production order. So I go to production, order display, display production order. Then next, now that the production is done, now we go to quality inspection lot. So I want them to add the display inspection lot. So I go to quality management, quality management inspection lots, and we add display inspection lot. Display inspection lot here. Next, the customer orders some bike. So now that we can add sale order. So I go back here again. Actually, I'm already here, so it's okay. So I go to sale order processing, create sale order processing, create sales order. Then we ship the product. So I go back to logistics. I go to outbound delivery, the first one. And here I create outbound delivery from sale order. So next, I need to go to outbound deliveries for good issue. So I go to the second one, logistic execution, and I go to outbound delivery for goods issue. So with goods issue, we change the ownership from us to the customer. Now we don't own them anymore. So it's here in the bottom. So I click on that. And next, we can bill the customer. So now that the order are shipped, we can bill the customer and receive our payment. So they will go to sales, billing document, and they create billing document. Next, they will get their payment. So they go to account receivable. So it should be under here, incoming payments, and they post incoming payments. So now if I go back to home page, I can see everything that I have done here one by one. So all I wanted the student to see is the whole process of the business processes, so they can see all these up from hiring to stock overview to production to sales order, shipping, billing, and payments. You can always let the student know that if something is not in order, we can always drag and drop them if we want to. We can change the order of this. Now I can close this, and this is added to my home page. I asked the student to take a screenshot of this and submit and reflect to see what was their favorite, which app did they like the best and why. If you think that you don't have to read them, you can just based on submission, if they have submission, just to grade them, give them the grade, either do it or don't. Or if you don't like that, you can always say just write done at the end of the assignment. So at the submission, just write done. Whatever you think is the best for you, you're welcome to do that. So if the student have more time or they are more interested in doing anything else, they can always go to navigation here, and then they can do learning snack navigations. So it took a while for me to open, but once it's open, you can go to navigation in SAP S/4HANA, and here it has interactive quizzes. Um, it's okay if they're wrong because they can try it again. So I'm gonna wait till that loads up too. So for example here, transactional apps are used to perform transactional tasks or entire business processes. Transactional tasks are always related to the manager-employee relationship. And it's not only to manager employee relationship. So we can just say that it's false. Okay, and it just they can just play with this and explore more. If the answer is wrong, it gives them another option, another chance to get it right, and they can just explore if they want to. All right, if you have any question, please let me know.